I thought I would play a game of Stellaris as a Commonwealth of Man, simply because I haven't done that before. I just took the defaults. They're a military dictatorship. They get minus 20% war exhaustion gain, minus 15%. I'm not going to read all these, but anyway, when I go through all these, they look like they'd be pretty good in a fight and decent at colonizing things. So I'm going to take them. I'm going to play them like this. The only settings I changed from my previous games was galaxy size. I decided to bump that up to medium. The rest of the stuff, I just took the defaults. I did bump up habitable worlds to 1.25. I like that. I don't like running the primitives, so I bumped that up to 1.25 also from previous games. Let the mid-game start, warrior, and the end game and victory are all the same. So all in all, it shouldn't be too hard to play. At the start of the game, it tells me who my origin is, which is Lost Colony in this case. Basically, I'm hunting for some lost Ark ships that came with me through a wormhole that became unstable. So hopefully I'll find some, get some bonuses or something. So with that, I'll begin the game, and we'll see what happens. Next, I like to take care of the alerts at the top of the screen, and that's research. And usually, I'll take the research options, or the options to increase my research output at the beginning of the game. And fortunately in this game I got all three of them, 20% bonus. At the galaxy view, I'll give my construction ship an assignment, usually building research stations at first since I'm short on resources. And I'll send a science ship out for exploration to the nearest system of the planet. Looks like in this game I'll need at least 2 science ships to start out exploration with instead of 3. I also got an alert, the hunt for the hyacinth, whatever, and that plays in my origin, so I will indeed make it so and look for that. Survey some systems.
New sit rep.
And of course that gave me a new situation in the situation log. It's the hunt for Hyacinth, my sister ship. I've got to survey systems to find her. It doesn't take long to build the second science ship. All I have to do is assign a scientist to it so I can send him out to explore in the other direction. And one of my basic strategies in this game, at least, is to expand as rapidly as possible. I like to get as many planets under my control as many choke points as I can at the beginning of the game. So sometimes I sacrifice a little bit of research to do that, and that's what I'm going to do in this game. It looks like I found an archaeological site. Cool. Looks like I only have enough unity to hire the cheapest scientist, but that's okay. He'll do for now. As for first contact protocols, I'm going to be cautious. And I'm going to assign my scientist to the second science ship and send it out to explore another system if I can select the right thing. Nope, still wrong. There we go. That's why I don't play first-person shooters. Not very coordinated.
Recon pass completed. System
my first 2 systems
completed.
got surveyed at the same time. I usually don't queue up orders for my science ships. I usually send them out one planet at a time or one system at a time. Simply because when I scan a system, sometimes something will pop up in the vicinity that I hadn't seen before. So as long as I remember to do that, it's okay. Scrolling out, looks like I'm in the bottom center of the galaxy. Plenty of room to expand downward. Hopefully I won't be blocked in when I go upward. We will see what happens. And since I'm exploring in 2 directions, I might as well build another construction ship so I can expand in both directions as well. It's year 2201.06, and my first tradition is available. And there's a couple I always consider early game. Discovery's one of them for its research bonuses. In the end, I decided to take one I've never taken before. That's expansion. I like the Starbase influence cost reduction by 10%. Plus my colony development speed is increased by 25%. Seems like a good one to try out, so I'm going to do that. My second construction ship is ready, so I want to expand in the other direction. My influence is okay, thanks to all the focus I put on that. But I'm short on alloys now, so I need to boost that up somehow. So that's something I need to take care of. I can at least position my construction ship in the system to be ready to build when I have enough alloys to do that with. One thing I can do to help out with the shortage is go to the market and buy some alloys. I've got some energy to spare, so I'm going to do that. That way I can keep expanding in the other direction. One thing I like to do is when I run into anomalies, I'll leave them alone so I can continue expanding. I usually build a 3rd science ship to take care of those. And when I run into archaeological sites, a lot of times I'll build a 4th to take care of those. I'd also like to colonize a planet, but I don't quite have enough consumer goods and alloys yet.
Construction complete. Complete.
I've got enough unity now to adopt either another tradition tree or another tradition, and I always like to finish them out so I can get my ascension perk. This one gives me a 10% star-based influence cost reduction. I'm going to take that so it'll help me with my expansion. So I know influence will become a problem if I start expanding maybe in 3 directions. To me, expansion is everything in the early game. I need to get all the resources coming in that I can and grab all the territory I can and control all the choke points I can. Because I know I'm eventually going to run into somebody that doesn't like me a whole lot. Okay, I finally have enough resources to build my first colony ship, so I'm going to do that. And now my colony ship is done, so I'm going to send him over to this system. Click on it to zoom in, right click on the planet and colonize it, and I will have my first colony very shortly. My next tradition is available to be adopted. I've got 3 to choose from. I'm going to go with colonization fever for the 1 additional pop since I'm in the process of colonizing, and I'm going to keep doing that for quite a while, hopefully.
Our pioneers have made planetfall.
And shortly after sending my colony ship out, I get my first colony. It's a great day for the Commonwealth of Man, my first human colony. Since I haven't run into any hostile neighbors yet, or any neighbors at all really, I staffed up a 3rd science ship to take care of anomalies. I'm sending one out to the system right now to take a look at what's going on. After 10 years of being in space, I still run into anybody, so I'm going to staff up another science ship to take care of the archaeological sites. When I take a look at the galaxy overall, I don't see a whole lot of exit points. Looks like I'm pretty well shut off on the bottom. I don't really see anything going east or west or north right now. Just keep exploring. I'm sure there's at least a few out there. Now, after 15 years of being in space, we finally met somebody at the Commonwealth system. We call them the India Boogies. Finally able to take the last tradition in this tradition tree, and that gives me my first ascension perk. I don't remember seeing Lord of War before. I think the Overlord expansion must have added that. Anyway, in the early game, I usually go between Interstellar Dominion and Technological Ascendancy. I like the Interstellar Dominion for the cuts and influence costs that it gives me. I like this one because of the research bonuses you get. Since I've already paid a lot of attention to stretching my influence, I'm going to take Technological Ascendancy and get the research perks and bonuses. I've assigned one of my envoys to First Contact Protocol, and it looks like something's going on. Looks like I found a major planet in the India Bogey system. So we'll keep trying to contact them, see what happens. Our relationship with the India Boogies is not going too well, it turns out. They've abducted some members from a crew on a cargo ship and taken them away to torture them or whatever, so that's not a good thing. They don't like us. Matter of fact, they're getting outright hostile. They've attacked one of my science ships. And now the alien Boogie's fleets show up as red, meaning they're hostile. I don't know anything about them, so I'm going to investigate them. And this is one of the little annoying things about this game from time to time. You get so many pop-ups that they interfere with each other. So when I click investigate, it's kind of covered up by that one, and I got to take care of that one first. No big deal, but a little irritating sometimes. Anyway, in the situation log, I can see where they're being investigated and what the days are left till the next roll, what's the next chance of finding something out about them. Well, it looks like somebody's trying to contact us instead. I don't know if this is the India Boogies or somebody else. See what they have to say. And they don't like us much at all. They consider us to be a grave menace to our kind. Human, unless you can demonstrate that you are no threat to us, our past attacks will be just the start of hostilities between our civilization. And that sounds like the guys who were attacking me earlier. So we'll try to be friends with them. At least to put off a war a little bit, since I'm very ill prepared for anything. Been neglecting my military at the expense of exploration. So we'll be friendly. We should assume the worst, though, and I think that's great. Yep, that was who it was. First contact's aborted. And now I can see the borders of the other empire, and they've got me blocked in on in this part of the galaxy. Take a look at the contacts, and yeah, I don't have much information on them at all. I'm going to assign an envoy to spy on them so I can get some information as much as I can, so that I get this faction founded thing out of the way. Now we'll see if we can find out. I need to know about them. I need to know what their military strength is,
complete.
What their attitude is towards me, and all kinds of good stuff. Since these guys are openly hostile, I'm going to start building up defenses at this choke point, so they have to go through there to get the rest of my empire. I'm going to start fortifying my position by upgrading this outpost to a starport. And then I want to start building up a fleet of corvettes, just in case they attack me. So I don't know what their strength is relative to mine yet, but I'm sure it's superior, because I don't have much of a corvette fleet, or anything else for that matter. It's another way to fortify myself. I'm going to fortify the border with this edict. It lasts until canceled. It gives me upgrade speed in my star bases of 50% and gives me 2 more star bases to work with. Don't really need the extra star bases, but I would like the extra speed. My outpost has been upgraded to a star base, and now I'm going to add some modules. Obviously a shipyard and an anchorage for more fleet capacity. And I like crew quarters because it decreases the maintenance required on the ships. So I'll get that going. And even with all my savings and influence, I still run short every now and then when I try to expand rapidly. So I think I made a good choice in taking all the discounts I could get. And not enough unity to adopt my second tradition tree. Not sure what I'm going to take yet. I decided to take the domination tree, not because of any of the benefits of the tree itself, but it does have colonial viceroys, and that gives me a half point influence per month more. I'm still running short, so I thought that was a good choice, although it may not have been the best one to make.
System reconnaissance.
I managed to gain some information on these guys, but not enough, so I'm going to launch another intelligence gathering operation, see what I can find out. Maybe if they're going to declare war on me, maybe my spies will tell me that.
System reconnaissance completed.
And I run into another empire going to make contact with me. Hopefully they'll like me better than the other guys did. Oh yes, I speak on behalf of the Glenn Star Empire, and I bring you greetings. Looks like they like me, so I'll be nice to them. Since I'd like to have some allies in the game, I'm going to try to improve relations by assigning an envoy to them. And I'm getting another communique from the United Nations of Earth. We've also contacted them, and it seems like we're going to get along with them okay. They can't believe that we're humans like them, so we'll seek friendly relations with them also. When I go to the contact screen, I see my relations with them aren't too bad, but I need to work on improving them. Also, the date on them is unavailable, same as it is with the Glen Star Realm.
Science Division reports success.
I suddenly noticed I had a big hole in my defenses. What I thought was a dead end actually is has a hyperlink into enemy territory. So I need to move in and grab that and grab hold of that choke point so I can protect my territory better. I don't know if it's my intel or the fact that they're expanding their borders that's giving me the visibility of this hyperlane. I tend to think it's my intel, so I need to keep that up. So far, it looks like they have me totally blocked from any expansion upward. The other systems I've explored have been nothing but dead ends. So unless things change, it looks like war is going to be inevitable with this empire.
Construction
I successfully brought Minokan under my control. Now I can upgrade the outpost to a star base and start beefing up my defenses a little bit. It's another choke point that I can control into my empire. And this brings me to the year 2230, and I think that's where I'll end this video. Right now I'm in the process of building up my forces to prepare for war. So that's part of the fun of this game. If you like this video, like it down below, and until next time, this is Rich. Later.